Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my GTA 5 modding tutorial on add-on vehicles. So today, by request, we are going to be doing the add-on installation for this Nissan 400Z 2021. This is the prototype. In real life, the vehicle hasn't been released yet, but somebody was able to make this kick-ass model here. So we're going to be doing two vehicles just to get a couple things in your guys' game for you, show you how it's done. But the vehicles we're going to be installing are on 5 mods. I'm going to leave the links to all the mods and all the requirements and all the tools you will need in the description below for you guys. So we are going to need a few things, but let's just download it all right now while we're here. So first up, let's just get our cars that we want. So you'll hit download. On the next page, I'll have another download button for you, but you just go ahead and hit that and get that going. This Toyota Supermodel, this is one of my absolute favorites. This is probably one of the best looking models I've seen done by Alex Hit. He does real good work. So we'll go ahead and do the same thing for that to get that downloaded. Now, make sure you're following along and go down in the description, get all these links. I'll try to do these in order and have the links uploaded in the same order. So first and foremost, the main tool that you are going to need is called OpenIV. Open4 is what you might hear me call it that a few times, but so here's what the site looks like. It should be 4.0 version. So we'll go ahead and hit download, get that rolling. Because that's what we're going to be using to open up the GTA 5 main directory and be able to extract and edit files that we're not able to touch in just normal File Explorer. So now the next up is ScriptHook V, ScriptHook 5, whatever you want to call it. So this is the file, the extension that's needed to load up any ASI mods and scripts and stuff like that. You can have all those files and you can have them in your folder, but nothing's gonna work without ScriptHook 5. None of your cars, nothing's gonna work. So you need to download that. So go down here, just make sure. This version was released March 20th. So this stuff is usually updated. Keep in mind, this stuff that usually has to be updated after a GTA 5 update, or else this and the following mods that you have installed won't work. That's usually what happens, guys. So what I like to do is bookmark these sites for like ScriptHook, and stuff like that, just in case, GTA 5 gets updated and you hop in the following day after you update it and you're like, what the hell, nothing's working. That's usually what it is. And it usually takes maybe a couple days to a week or two for the ScriptHook and stuff to be updated. Just keep that in mind, but just do what I do. Have it bookmarked. It's up here. I know I have a lot of stuff. You're going to see a lot of stuff in my file directory, but I'm going to try and get straight to the point with it. So we'll go ahead and get that downloaded. Next up is Simple Trainer. So you get all your cars and your mods and stuff installed. You get into the game. Where are they at? You need a mod trainer to spawn your vehicles, right? I always use Simple Trainer. I will always recommend Simple Trainer. Now, there is other alternatives out there. There's a lot of cool things, with a lot of other cool features, but Simple Trainer is the easiest one to work with, I think, in my opinion. So we'll get that downloaded. And while we're at it, a game config. And you probably don't know what this is. This game config is needed to load. Once you get a certain amount of add-on vehicles and extra stuff, you get a lot of extra stuff thrown into your game. Once you start spawning it, your game's it's gonna be a little too much for the game to handle. The stock memory handler is what they call it for the game. You're gonna be getting game crashes or texture loss. You'll start seeing textures and things around you disappear in the world, and then you start driving and boom, your game crashes. That's because you need the proper game config. And this guy always keeps these updated. Just like ScriptHook V, this guy always works on these to get them updated for the latest game version. So this is what this is going to look like, game config. This right here is the game version for your GTA 5. That's what it should be. And his file version for this game config is 25.5. So this is, at this point of time, this is May 8th, 2021 when we're doing this video. This is what it's going to say. Now, down the road in the future updates, it's going to be different, but the installation method and most of these links should still be the same though, and give you the newest updated version. So we'll go ahead and download that. Same method as the vehicles. a few other things. You need this Heap Adjuster right here. So we'll go ahead and click on that. Heap Adjuster. We'll get that downloaded. So there's this heap limit for a memory that the stock game allocates 600 or like I think it's less than like 400 or 500 megabytes. This ups that amount because that's what's needed for all the extra stuff that we're going to be putting in the game. So going forward, we'll just get out of that. Should have everything that we need over here. So we got all of our tools, all of our mods and stuff downloaded, guys. Go straight into it. I really like to preach like organization. I can't preach it enough. So I hope my try and keep the desktop clean enough for you guys here. But what I like to do, now I usually operate out of my downloads folder because I do a lot of GTA 5 modding, guys. I like to take everything that I downloaded and you can drag it right onto the desktop if you want. Some of these .rar files, now you will need a file, an extractor for that, which is 7-zip or WinRAR. I prefer 7-zip, honestly. So I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description for that if you don't know what that is or if you don't have it. Get that installed. That way, when you have these .rar files, you'll go ahead and click on it. Right-click. You should have this option. The .rar file needs to be extracted, and then you can extract. If you just extract the files right here, they'll extract right into just like this, right into the same folder. So I'll show you. Okay, and it's doing its thing. Boom. Because that's the format that we need to work with. We can't do anything with RAR files, right? But yeah, I like to move everything over. I'm just gonna put it in a folder. I made a new folder and named it GTA Mods and put that right on the desktop. So that's what we're gonna be doing. That's all the stuff that we need right there. All right, guys. So we're all done downloading our stuff. We got it all on our desktop, or if you follow along, put it in a folder. So we're all organized. So I'm going to show you a few things, how I like to keep organized, since, like I said, I like to do a lot of modding. I'm always messing around, always frequenting my GTA mod folder or my folder file directories and all that stuff. So I have it shortcutted onto the desktop, and I'm going to show you. This is mainly directed at like Steam users. For the Steam version of this, I always recommend sticking with that. Retail and like Epic Games, and it's going to be other versions. It's going to be slightly different file path, but I just want to show you guys, the Steam users, what this is going to look like. Now, I have multiple hard drives, but let's just assume, I'm going to assume that if you just have the one, it's going to be local disk C is what it usually is. So ignore what I'm clicking on. Let's just pretend that it's your local disk C, your C drive. We'll click on that. It's going to be located under Program Files, x86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, and then GTA 5. And Steam Apps Common, that's going to have all your games when you get in here, but we're just going to go ahead and find GTA 5. Also, you can also do that from the Steam application as well. What you do is go into Steam, go click on your library. You'll find GTA. You can go up to the right-hand corner where you get that little gear. You can right-click it on the left side and hit Properties, and then Browse Local Files. That'll open up this. But what you want to do is go make sure you're in the common one with your game, and click on GTA 5, right-click it, go ahead and hit Send to Desktop. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it just because, you know, we're always going to be going back to that in the future, possibly, if you're going to do other mods or LSPDFR and stuff, like plugins and stuff like that. I like to get people real familiar with this way of doing it, so you can get real familiar with the file structure and everything else, so you know exactly what's going in your game, what shouldn't be there if you're, you know, if you're getting all over the place, throwing a lot of stuff in there, which you should be doing mods one at a time, but, you know, it is what it is. All right, so that's what this looks like. We're in the main directory. So we need to have this opened up because we have to throw a couple things in here before we do anything. So what I want to start with is let's go ahead and put script hook V in first, guys. Like I said, that's the DLL files, the application extensions that are needed to load up all of your mods and all the rest of your stuff so you can spawn stuff. This is what it's gonna look like when you click on bin. So there's 3 files in here. Now this comes with a native trainer. I don't like using that, guys. That's why we downloaded the simple trainer. So what you can do is just go, you can highlight everything if you want and then hit control and then click that. So now that you just have the two, let go control. So we can just drag and drop both these. This is going right into the GTA 5 main directory, guys. So you shouldn't have clicked on anything else in here. It should just be the main directory. Now I already have it in here. It's going to hit, say, you know, replace the files. I already have it thrown in there. But as you can see now, they're still highlighted. This is what we just put in the game, those two files. ScriptHookV and dinput8.dll. This is another very important DLL file right here. So we have that. Let's go ahead and get our trainer installed, our simple trainer. Now the folder is going to be, folder and the file names that follow are going to be titled Trainer 5, Trainer V, but it's simple trainer. Now you're going to notice downloading a lot of mods, they'll come with, a lot of them should come with a README. Now I always advise at least opening that up and looking at a few things here, because this is pretty cool. It tells you what you get, you know, all the features, different options, how to spawn, how to use it pretty much, you know, and then it's going to give you installation instructions. But, you know, that's what we're here for. That's what I'm going to show you is the installation instructions. But always check these READMEs, guys. Don't skip past that. A lot of people do that, and I end up having to fix a lot of people's games, you know, and just because they don't follow the README. Because when you get into, like, LSPDFR or other mods and stuff like that, sometimes downloading a certain file or a certain script, you open up the README and it says that there's another mod required that you have to go download for that mod to work, you know. So that's why I always say follow that. But this is all that we need right here. These are just text files. We need Trainer 5 ASI and the config file. That little gear there, that means it's a config file. So go ahead and drag all that stuff over here. Now I already have it in, obviously, so that's why it says this on my screen. So we have the two main things that we're going to need, the two main tools right here loaded into the main directory. Now we're going to be installing the Open4 application to do all these mods, guys. But before we do that, right now, I want you guys to follow along and do this. Right click, hit new folder. And we'll go ahead and make a mods folder. So just type in mods, not moods, mods, just like that. I already have mine installed. So now that we have a mods folder, ignore that, guys. You're not going to have that. You have an empty mods folder, right? So this update folder right here, if you go down to this, so let's hover our mouse over that, 44 gigabytes. That contains pretty much all of the game assets, the vehicles, just an abundance of textures and a bunch of the other stuff that loads up in the game, you know, pedestrians, all that other fun stuff. This is a lot of the main stuff. So right click that, hit copy. Now go over into that mods folder, guys. You see I already did it, but paste that over there. It's going to take you a little while, maybe 5 to 10 minutes, if not more, if you're on a solid state drive or a regular hard drive. For me, it usually takes about 5 or 6 minutes, roughly, for that, which isn't too bad. But go ahead and do that, guys. And then when it's all said and done, you should be able to hover over it and see that's the exact same size as that, right? 44 gigabytes. Okay. It is time to go back to our mod folder with all the stuff that we downloaded and install OpenIV. That is the tool that we're going to be using to install everything, put in all the mods and everything. So, first time installation, this is what it's going to look like, English, or, I mean, if you're Russian and you're somehow able to follow along my video, awesome. Continue. So, it's going to have, you know, license agreement, blah, blah, blah. You can read through that if you want. I accept. Continue. This is just telling you where it's going to be installed at. You can take note of that if you want or whatever. You shouldn't really have to worry about that, but there you go. Download size, you want to continue? Yes. Pretty small download. Going to do its thing. Doesn't take that long. Should be done in a couple seconds here. It's already installed on our desktop. Installation has been completed successfully. So close out of that. Go ahead and launch that up. So each and every time this is gonna come up whenever you want to launch this. I spend a lot of time modding this game, so I'm always doing this. Grand Theft Auto 5, Windows, don't click anything else. Now, first time doing this, it needs to know where your Grand Theft Auto 5 installation folder is at, guys. Now, Hopefully you didn't move anything around when you install GTA 5. You know, if you're playing the Steam version and you kept it where it's at, untouched, you should be able to just click this and it should recognize it already. So it's in my Steam apps, common, like I showed you earlier, that main directory, and it's down here. So we're good to go. We can just select that. And we know that it's good now because it comes up successfully. It successfully found that exe file in there. It reads that. OpenIV can work with this file, so we're good. If anything else, it's going to say something in red. It's going to say that doesn't work. You know, wrong file path. But we are good to go. Continue. Do not forget to back up your original files before editing. Yes, indeed. That is the most important thing. Continue. And it's going to do this. So it's just doing its thing. It's going to open up here in a second. But yeah, guys, let's go back to our Grand Theft Auto 5 main directory one last time. So what they're talking about, we're just going to go back one. What I like to do, this is our whole entire Grand Theft Auto 5 folder, right? The whole directory. I like to, you know, if you have the file space for that, go ahead and copy that. I would suggest doing that before we made the mods folder, which I probably should have advised you at the beginning of the video. But yeah, that's what they mean by backing up that. I like to make a clean installation of the main directory. But yeah, we can go ahead and get out of that. OpenIV is now installed, so let's make that big. This is what it looks like. It's just opening up your file directory in a different window, basically. Not Windows File Explorer. This is what it looks like. We have our mod folder already installed, so you won't have to worry about that. But this is where all the stuff, you know, you can go through here and it's going to tell you this stuff. It's real nice, real foolproof. It won't let you drag anything in here accidentally or throw a bunch of shit in here and mess up your game, because it's got edit mode. And it's telling you that edit mode needs to be turned on. So let's say we're just gonna go in here and start messing around. You know, it won't let us do that. Each time we do this, it's saying, hey, you need to be in edit mode, man. And when we get down to the actual files and stuff, like it should come up top in red that, hey, you need to back this file up. It's gonna do that once we click edit mode now. So while in edit mode, all changes will be automatically saved. You want to continue? Yes. So anytime you want to open this up and add some files and stuff, guys, you have to, once you get down to it in the file path that you need to be in your mods folder, you have to turn on edit mode. Just like that. But yeah, just as I was showing you, you know, just to show you what happens when you start clicking on other stuff. It gives you this big red banner, this big red warning. You know, hey, what you're doing, what you're looking at, is not located in the mods folder, so because you shouldn't be adding in anything into these files. So we can copy that into the mods folder. If a mod calls for you to go into this x64a RPF, then what you do is copy that to the mods folder and then do it in the mods folder, obviously. But we're not going to be touching that. We're going to be going to specific locations. So DLC packs is where we're going to be installing add-on vehicles, guys. Updates. So it's going to be mods, update, x64, DLC packs. So these are all the DLC packs loaded in right here, guys. So what I'm going to do, we kept the mod folder with all the stuff that we downloaded open, right? Or your download folder or your desktop, wherever you need to go for that stuff. So we're going to start with the Nissan 400Z. Open that up. That comes with the README, so I already have that open. I'm going to drag that out. Like I said, always check the READMEs. Up top, it's in like Italian, it looks like, or something like that. Looks like he's got it English right here. This isn't the best example of a README, guys. But copy the 400Z folder into the add-on folder. Or the add-on folder into the GTA 5 mods, update, x64 DLC packs. We're already there, so we'll just go ahead and get right to it. So GTA 5 mods, update, x64 DLC packs. You should have that 400Z folder right there. Drag it right there. So you see it's right there, guys. And we can go in and make sure that it's all there. Now, you don't have to do this. You really shouldn't be messing with anything. But I just want to show you what this stuff looks like when you add in vehicles. It's pretty cool. It has its own little model viewer inside Open4. You can go in and see what you're going to get. Now it's going to have wheels, obviously. This is just how the base texture of this model looks in this format. But we're just going to go ahead and go back to the DLC pack. So we just added that in. Now, in order for that to load up in game, guys, we have it in here, but we're not done. In order for that to load up, you have to navigate to a what's called a DLC list, guys. You have to update that basically. So, real fast, what I like to do is use the favorite option since we're going to be navigating back into this. You know, if you're going to be adding in a lot of vehicles, you know, let's go ahead and make this a favorite. We can add the favorites. DLC packs and GT, you can keep it, or you can name it whatever you want, you know, but we'll go ahead and do that. So that way, when you load up GTA in the future and you're going to go ahead and do updates, you can just go, you know, it loads up, you can just go boom, straight to your DLC packs. So what we're going to do now is go back to the mods folder, update RPF, common, data. Now, don't be scared. There's a lot of stuff here, guys, but just follow along. So we're going to go down to the DLC list. Now, go ahead and add that to your favorites, guys. DLC. You can just keep it the same. Because that way it'll be that much easier next time you go to add in cars. You'll go to your DLC pack, straight to that, add in the folder, and then just go click on your folder, go to your DLC pack, and then... Now, follow along here. You can't just click on this. You know, that's me just clicking on it, double clicking and open it. No, you have to right click this, guys, and hit edit. Or click on it and hit control enter. But you have to make sure that you are in the XML editor part of this. So, now I know this might look a little scary to the beginners, but just follow along. You're going to go to the very, very bottom of this. Ignore what I just did. I already had it loaded in. This is what it's going to look like, guys. Now, if you look closely, you'll notice a common trend. These are all the same format, pretty much. It's got the arrows, item, DLC packs, :/. Then right here, this is the item that it's loading. So with each and every like GTA update, if, like a full GTA update with the add-in cars and new stuff, that's what this stuff is. This is the most recent DLC patch that they added in. So in order for our add-on that we just put in the DLC pack to load up, we're going to have to add in a new line. So what I like to do is just copy this line right here. Sometimes in the readmes for certain add-on vehicles, they include the line. You can copy it from that. But I just like to do it from this since we're already right here. So go ahead and Control C. You can copy that and then click right here to make sure the cursor is right there. Enter. Make sure we're right there, guys. Control V will paste that line. Now, don't go anywhere else but inside these /. See that, guys? That is the item that needs to be changed. The only item. So the name of that folder that we just added in for the Nissan 400Z is 400Z, right? So we're going to type 400Z. Boom, just like that, guys. But I can't stress it enough. You know, don't make sure you're in the right spot when you're typing that. You really don't want to mess this DLC list up. You'll just usually have an instant crash. The game won't load up right, or it might load up and then as soon as you do something, the game's going to shit itself. But okay, that's all good. That looks right. So we'll hit save. We will go ahead and while we're at it, bring up our, I'm going to close out a lot of this shit. Look at this, guys. We don't need all that, do we? So go back to the little folder that we made with all the stuff that we downloaded. Let's throw in that Toyota Supra, shall we? So he's got a README right here. Let's check it out. Blah, blah, blah. This is the author. This is the Horizon. It's the Forza Horizon. That's the model that they used. But, basically installation is basically just what I just told you. Extract the contents of this folder in here into the, file path located right here. So it's going to be mods, update, x64, DLC packs. The same shit that I just showed you. You should be familiar with this file path by now. And you should already have it favorited like I showed you. See what I mean right here? He has that line in there for you to copy. So we'll keep that. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it down here. I hope I'm not too all over the place for you guys. I hope you're able to follow along here. Because I've been modding GTA for a very long time. I've been doing it for a lot of different people. I've done very many different things with this game, to the point of I'm kind of all over the place now. Okay, so what we're gonna do, right? We're gonna have that. We're gonna navigate to DLC packs. Drag this folder here, 880, to DLC packs. And it's going to be at the bottom, so I'm just going to scroll down to show you that it's there. 880, that's what we just added in. Now, what else is there we need to do, guys? Navigate over that DLC list. That's why I had you favorite it, so you can just go, boom. You don't have to navigate all through that shit again, guys. DLC list. Right-click, edit. Go on down. Now, you remember what I just showed you in the README? That's why I like to get people to open up these READMEs. So you can just... He's telling you to add this line into your DLC list. He provides the line for you. So we're going to hit Control-C to copy that. Now we're done with this README. We can exit out of it. Now, once again, be careful. Just make sure you're right there at the very end of this line. Hit Enter. And it's going to bring you right there. You make sure you're right there. You don't want to be anywhere else. Control-V will paste it. Boom. You're all good to go, guys. Almost. Now... we could probably hop into the game. We might be able to load up a car or whatever. These are fairly high texture vehicles, so I don't know. But what I'm talking about right now is we are going to go back to... let's just go all the way back to the mods folder. So open up Update RPF, Common, Data. So now what we need to add in is one last thing. Remember that game config that I told you that we're going to need when we start adding in multiple vehicles and stuff? We're going to have to add that in, guys. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. And after that, we're going to be good to fire up GTA 5 and have at it with the mods. So here we go. Where was that at? That is going to look like this. GTA 5 config. Make sure it says V25.5 on this folder. So you open that up. There's a README, but we already took care of the Heap Adjuster and the other stuff that he's going to tell you to install. So we're good. So just go ahead and ignore this older version thing. We don't need that. Click on the top one. Now, you're going to have a lot of options here. Don't be scared of that. Basically what this is traffic density and ped density and stuff. You know, if you want more traffic and higher amount of PEDs and stuff and like different things loaded into your game, I would advise right now, guys, when you're starting off, just stick with stock traffic, you know. Makes the game a lot easier. I mean, you don't need to just bomb your game with all that shit, because it's just... GTA, once you get a certain amount of mods installed, it gets very sensitive. You know, and you'll get frame drops and performance issues. I like to just keep it stock, so... if you look over here, we navigated over to mods, update RPF, common, data. You see down here, there's the stock game config right here. Now, we will get that open stock traffic, drag and drop that over here. So it just took its change. You'll only be able to do that with edit mode turned on. But yeah, we are all good to, you can exit out of that. I'm just going to keep it minimized. But we are all good to go into the game and fire up some mods, guys. So I will load up GTA, and I'll see you in the game. All right, guys, we are all loaded up in the game here. So we are free to fire it up. So the simple trainer, that's what we're going to be using to spawn our vehicles. So stock key binding to open that up on the keyboard is F3. For a controller, it is right button and X. You can do all sorts of cool shit with this, guys. Why I really like Simple Trainer. I just like the way it's set up. But now right to where the reason you came here for. Vehicle spawning is where we're going to be going. So right there, it's the fourth option down. Now you just go up, scroll up, and that'll take you to the bottom. We're going to the third option from the bottom option, added vehicle menus. So as you can see, we have two new things here. If it didn't work, it's just going to say slot whatever disabled, or it might say something goofy. But this right here, this Benefactor Sedans, that is the Nissan 400Z. That's just the spawn name of it in here. Sometimes they have different spawn names. Just like that, guys. It spawns you right in the vehicle. So you can see it in its glory. Absolutely amazing looking model right here, guys. Check it out. We can go have some fun with this. Now, you don't even have to mess with anything with the power or, you know, tune this vehicle up. It's got a lot of power. Look, check it out. It's a drift machine. All over the place, guys. This is a fun vehicle. Yeah, buddy. That is pretty cool, just like that. And even while we're in a vehicle, we can spawn the other one if we wanted to. This is the A80. That was the Toyota Supra that we added in. Boom. We're in it, guys. Check it out. It's right-hand drive, too. That's pretty damn cool. I like that. Yeah, it's such a sexy car, man. Check it out. You can look in the interior, see the awesome work that they did. Now, some of these add-on vehicles, it's going to look like this, since it's, you know, not a normal vehicle in the game. It's, you know, so it's, you got the legs clashing through the steering wheel and whatnot. It is what it is. You'll have little imperfections like that, but that's very, very nice work. I like it. Damn, this thing's crazy. Bam. Hope he's got insurance, right? But, yeah. That's how you do that, guys. It's as simple as that. I know there's a lot of other GTA 5 tutorial, modding tutorial videos out there, so, you know, I hope that my video, something about the way I did it and my presentation was able to help you, possibly in any way. Now, I'm normally not the guy to ask, but if this tutorial video did help you, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, subscribe if you want to see more of this stuff. I like to do more videos, you know, see how I can make this stuff better. Also, LSPDFR tutorials and other videos like that for new and upcoming mods, plugins, all the cool callouts, and all the cool shit that has to do with that. I feel like I have a lot of knowledge to pass on, so let me know, guys, if this video has helped you. I tried my best to try and keep it kind of short, but I didn't want to skip over anything, you know, so I really appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, guys, take care.